Hi everybody, this is Twan Ngai from Operation Rebirth. I know that it's been a very long time since I've made a video. I do apologize for that. Life has been extremely busy over the last few months since the Silence Equals Consent tour. A lot of things have changed, a lot of things have remained the same. So life has just been life, yet it has been very rewarding, very good. And since last night, my phone, email, Facebook, everything has been blowing up about this whole Eddie Long scandal. And I just wanted to give my take on what's going on, since everybody has an opinion, and I too have one. Number one, I want to say I applaud the young men who have filed a lawsuit. I applaud them for standing up. I applaud them for no longer being silent. Those of you who know me know that my mantra has been, for the last few years, it's been silence equals consent. So the fact that these young men have stood up and said that they will not take this, what has happened to them is unacceptable, and they're standing up. I applaud their efforts. I applaud them so much, and I hope they pursue this, and I hope justice is served. Because if what I've been reading is the truth, which is all of this stuff started when they were ages 16 and 17, or 17 and 18, these were minors. So this is more than just some disgruntled queens coming out and saying that, Eddie Long touched me or whatever. These were children, and he was behaving inappropriately with kids, and that is against the law, and he should go to jail for this. Secondly, I'd like to say that I knew this was going to happen years ago, when we started Operation Rebirth, and we were doing the "Is This Your Pastor" segment. When I did a sermon review that Eddie Long preached a gay bashing sermon, and I did a review of it, and I got more hate mail. I got more threats on my life. I got people sending me emails saying, beware of how you put your mouth on the man of God and all of that kind of stuff. And I responded publicly and said, it's only a matter of time before the skeletons in his closet start coming out. And we will then have a situation where we will have to have an open and honest discussion about this. And I didn't just pinpoint Eddie Long. I pinpointed a lot of other preachers as well, that, when you get up and you are talking about, when you're gay bashing and all of that from the pulpit, a lot of times you're trying to preach your own deliverance. You're trying to cover up some stuff that you are dealing with, and you're trying to mask it by getting up and being disrespectful and saying these nasty things from the pulpit. And I knew then that it was only a matter of time before God began to pull the cover off of people who were doing this stuff. And this is going to cause a domino effect. Eddie Long is not the only one. He is not, this is not exclusively a New Birth thing. This is something that is widespread in the black church. And the higher up the ladder you go, the more wicked it becomes. And I warned people back in 2003 that this was going to happen. And I was written off as a heretic. I was told that I was crazy. I was told that I was evil and that God was going to kill me by some people who supported these pastors that I reviewed in Is This Your Pastor? And it's happening. It's happening. And the third thing I want to say is I really hope the black community sees this as an opportunity and seizes the opportunity to open up and begin some type of healing. This, we have been presented with an opportunity to end this, to deal with it, to be honest about it. And if we don't deal with it, it's going to continue and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And back to the young men, I hope you have some evidence so that this cannot be denied. We can't go to the court of law and say that my intentions were misconstrued and that these are false allegations. Of course, his leadership and his lawyers have categorically denied that any of this stuff ever happened. So I hope these young men have some evidence to prove their allegations, i.e. videotape, pictures, something that in the court of law will be like, bruh, you did this. You going to jail. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not celebrating, though I am, in a way. I wish nothing but justice. And in this situation, if these young men were little kids or teenagers when this stuff was happening, Eddie Long deserves to be punished. And that's just the bottom line. And I will stand with them, you know, in saying that this was wrong, it was unacceptable, and he should be punished because it was illegal. And lastly, where Eddie Long is concerned, I'm going to quote the Bible, since most Christian people quote the Bible in defending stuff like this. You know, the Bible says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap." Eddie Long planted these seeds. He stood in his pulpit Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday and judged people, condemned people to hell, started an ex-gay ministry, led marches against marriage equality or equal rights in the state of Georgia. He has been very vocal and rabidly homophobic, you know, in public. Used his international forum to be rabidly homophobic. So these seeds of hatred and these seeds of contempt and all of that were planted by him. And it's harvest time, baby. I mean, you brought this, you know, and I really hope you're man enough to deal with the seeds that you planted. Call it harsh, call it whatever you like. That's just how I feel about the situation. That's my point of view. And lastly, before I end this video, I'm going to quote Bishop Yvette Flunder, which is my bishop, who I am proud to say I love the fact that I am a student of hers. She made a statement that was so profound today, and I got my glasses on now so I can read because I can't see. But Bishop Yvette Flunder says, "When the abused lose their fear and renounce their allegiance to their oppressor, there is a shift in power. It is time to pray for the courage to tell your own truth, whatever it is. Whatever you lose was not yours to keep." I think Bishop Flunder summed it up very, very nicely. Until the next video, be blessed and be in prayer, because this could get really ugly. And that's not what I want. I don't want it to get really ugly. I want our community to heal. This is an opportunity for healing, and I hope we seize the opportunity. Be blessed.